tiny boy with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. A foolish thing was but a toy, and the rain it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, 'gainst knaves and thieves men shut their gate. For the rain it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day. But when I came, alas, to wide with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive. For the rain, it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain, it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain, it raineth every day. A great while ago the world begun, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. But that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day. Hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. For the rain it raineth every day. That last song is mentioned in Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, but of course he only writes down the words and not the tune, and that tune is quite ancient, but probably not as ancient as the words, and the chords that we put with it are arguably not nearly ancient enough, but You could be wrong about those things. Sometimes the harmonies that they used way back before, well, it's particularly in these kind of folk songs, you don't know. The fact is you don't know, but sometimes you come across things like that Autre Chacon, the previous piece that Eamon and I played by Francesco Corbetta, where some of the harmonies in it are decidedly jazzy and modern sounding, compared with later early Baroque repertoire.
Okay. La Folia.
Right.
Very famous set of chords, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, going back to, I think they've traced it, the earliest they traced it to is Portugal, and certainly 1500s, maybe a little bit earlier.
And lots of different composers have written on it.
And it was La Folia, the folly, madness at the time. And a lot of these dances with the repetitive chord sequences, if in their original form, they were kind of risque street dances. And in some of them, Chicana, that Malachy and I played, that was a very gentrified version from the court of Versailles. Because the king, Louis XIV, loved the guitar, and when the king loved the guitar, everybody played guitar. But in its original form, 100 years earlier, you could, if you were caught dancing it in Spain, you could be sent to the galleys or banished from the kingdom. So it must have been fun. And a lot of these other ones had a similar birth. We will, of course, tune again.
both Corelli and Gimignani after him wrote tunes. Corelli wrote a tune to that set of chords, which became the tune associated with La Follia, but in fact it was never a tune, it was only a set of chords until those fellows established a dominant version of the tune. I think we're going to finish now, aren't we? This is our last set. We have a set of 3 to finish with by Diego Ortiz, who was a Spanish gamba player who settled in Italy and wrote a book of basically the same things we've been doing: ground basses, repeated chord sequences with variations written above them. And the purpose was never to be performed for you here in Kilkenny in a concert. The purpose of writing them down was to instruct people on how it was done, so that they could do their own one at home for their own amusement, and never for a concert.
Which we do regularly. Yeah.
We do it at home for fun as well, but not tonight. Tonight it's for your benefit. Well, actually it's for our benefit as well, actually.
Will you explain the last of the 3? Would you say the story behind that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The first one we're going to play is the Recercata. A Recercata was a kind of a fantasia, a search, isn't it? That's what it is. It's a word for an investigation.
Searching for a tune.
Searching for a tune, yeah. Searching for a meaning. The first one we're going to play is the 7th of his Recercatas at the back of his book. I can't remember. He has several sections in this large book, which is, by the way, from an unfeasibly long time ago. Can you remember the date of it?
1540?
15. Yeah, I always say 16 because it just seems so unbelievable that it's middle of the 16th century is when he wrote these things. And they still sound brilliant and lively and fresh. The second one we're going to play is his first Recercata, and the third one, the final one, is this Recercata Segunda, which is also, it is a passamezzo moderno, a version of the passamezzo dance, which was so popular that in England it was heard in all of the barber shops in particular, where you would go in and while you're waiting you'd take a mandolin or a baroque guitar off the wall, and you'd play these 3 chords, or 4 chords in fact in this one, and drive everybody nuts with it. And it was kind of a pest, this earworm tune that everybody played. And the barbers were known in England at the time. One of the words for barber was a Gregory, which might be from the Irish grugera, although we haven't got confirmation of that, but it sounds feasible. And this tune was known as the Gregory Walker because it walked its way between grugeras. And that's why we got it in. That's why we call it the Gregory Walker. So we're finished with the Gregory Walker.
That's why I didn't explain it.
And that's why, yeah, no, it takes, I could have probably done it quicker, but anyway, who's in a hurry? It's still early. I'll just check this. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for coming out. It's been such a pleasure to play for you, and in such a fantastic setting with an amazing sound for us to enjoy being in. So thank you so much. So this is the first of them. This is leading us back to earlier in the concert. This is a version of the Romanesca dance again that was used for green sleeves and other tunes.
Martini.
The guys were talking about their instruments. I was thinking about this there because half of you recorder players anyway, so I don't really need to, not going to go into too much detail. But I did want to tell you just a little bit about our history. Because my teacher, when I was a little girl, was Jenny Robinson, who is Malachi's mum. And so I've known Malachi since I was very small. And in fact, I lived in his family home for a time when I was in college with his brother Sam and Aoife's sister, which is where I met Eamon. And I'm not going to tell you too much about what we got up to in college. Lots of study, lots and lots of study. But we have been playing together. We've known each other since we were very, very young. And we've been playing as this group for quite a while now. And we've done lots of really fun things, actually, like, you know, very serious grown-up concerts like we're doing this evening. But also we've done quite a number of shows for children where we've got to dress up as princess, pirates, all sorts of things. And so
I was the hero.
He was the hero.
I was the hero.
I was the pirate.
I was the villain.
Bob, the pirate. He was the villain. But we did a lovely, as part of one of our Shakespeare show, we did this very beautiful piece called Canary. Yeah, it's a
Canary.
from the Canaries. So we're going to export you out of this beautiful cathedral to the Canaries and leave you with the promise of a summer of sunshine and wine and fun. And we will see you at the next one, hopefully.